Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest money decisions you'll ever make: who you trust to help you manage it. Seriously, getting this wrong can be a huge, costly mistake. But getting it right? Game changer.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Are you absolutely sure your advisor isn't costing you more in hidden fees than they're actually making you in returns? It's so easy to just assume they have your back, but is your money really working for you? Or is it just working to make them rich?
But hey, don't sweat it. That's exactly why we're doing this. In just the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a super simple toolkit to cut through all the jargon, find someone you can actually trust, and dodge those mistakes that could literally save you thousands of dollars.
First things first, we got to map out the landscape here. Because let's be real, when you're just starting out, the world of financial advice can feel a lot less like a helpful guide and a lot more like a minefield.
You've seen all the titles, right? Financial planner, investment advisor, broker, wealth manager. They all sound so official and important, but they are not the same. And that confusion, it isn't an accident. It's kind of designed to be that way, and it can have a very real, very negative impact on your bank account.
So, how in the world do you start to filter through all this noise? Well, it all boils down to one incredibly powerful idea. This is your number one most important shield. And that idea is called fiduciary duty. It sounds complicated, but it's actually super simple. It's a legal standard that means a fiduciary advisor must, by law, put your financial interests ahead of their own. It's an absolute, non-negotiable standard of trust. Okay, this right here is the absolute key. Think of it this way. A fiduciary is like your doctor. They are legally and ethically bound to do what's best for you. But a non-fiduciary, they're more like a salesperson. Their advice only has to be suitable, not what's best. And that tiny difference in wording is huge. It means they can sell you a product that makes them a fat commission, even if there's a cheaper, better option out there for you. Seriously, understanding this one thing can save you a fortune. All right, so once you've made sure an advisor is a fiduciary, and you should always do that first, there's a second filter you need to apply. You've got to understand the scope of the advice they can actually give you. And this brings us to another critical difference. You've got your independent advisors who can look at the entire market, everything, to find the absolute best product for you. And then you have restricted advisors. They're working from a limited menu. They might only be able to offer you products from their own company or a few partners. This means you might not even hear about the best option for your situation just because it's not on their approved list. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's get down to brass tacks. Here is your practical, actionable toolkit for when you're actually sitting across the table from a potential advisor. Here's your game plan. It's a simple 3-step process. So, number 1, uncover all the fees. You need to know exactly how they're getting paid. Number 2, verify their credentials. Trust has to be earned and verified. And 3, my favorite, always compare. You are hiring someone for a super important job. You should definitely interview more than one candidate. All right, let's pull back the curtain on how these folks get paid. The most common way is what's called assets under management, or AUM. They just take a small slice of your total pot every year. Now, if you just need a one-time checkup, paying an hourly rate might make more sense. Or for a massive top-to-bottom financial plan, you might pay a flat fee. The key here isn't about which one is best, it's about making sure it's totally transparent and that it actually matches the kind of help you need. Next up, you got to do a little background check. Think of it as 5 minutes of online detective work that could save you years of headache. Every country has a regulator with a public database, like FINRA's BrokerCheck in the US. You can just pop their name in and see if they have any complaints or disciplinary actions against them. You should also look for top-tier qualifications like the CFP, which stands for Certified Financial Planner. That's pretty much the gold standard. And look, don't ever feel weird about asking for their official disclosure documents. This isn't being rude, it's being a smart, responsible client. And here is a pro tip that is so simple but so powerful. Always comparison shop. Think about it. You wouldn't buy the very first car you test drive, right? Treat this decision with the same seriousness. Most advisors will give you a free first meeting. Take them up on it. Talk to at least 3 different people. You will be amazed at how different their personalities, their approaches, and yes, their fees can be. So as you're having these conversations, you need to have your radar on, always scanning for warning signs. So let's go over the major red flags that should make you stand up, say thank you for your time, and walk right out the door. Okay, so here are the big ones. If anyone promises you guaranteed high returns, run. Just run away. The only thing that's guaranteed is that they're not being honest.
If they get all weird and vague when you ask how they get paid, that's because they don't want you to know how much they're really taking. If they pressure you to make a decision right now, that's a sales tactic, not advice. And maybe the biggest red flag of all, if they start recommending specific products before they even ask about your life goals, they don't see you as a client, they see you as a commission check.
So let's wrap all this up. Remember, the goal here isn't just to hire some advisor, it's to find a long-term financial partner. So you can walk into that first meeting feeling confident and ready with these key questions. You start with the big ones. Are you a fiduciary? And how exactly will I be paying you? Then you figure out if they're a good fit for you. What are your qualifications? And what kinds of clients do you normally work with? And finally, set expectations for the relationship. How often will we talk? Trust me, their answers will tell you everything you need to know.
You know, when it comes right down to it, this is what it's all about. You are not hiring a product salesperson. You are hiring an architect to help you build a financial plan, a real roadmap that connects your money to the life you actually want to live.
So, I'll leave you with the same question we started with, but now you know just how much weight it carries. Is your money working for you, or is it working for someone else's commission? The good news is you now have the tools to make damn sure you get the right answer.